Good evening. Thank you so much. I'm Emily Wright. I am the Dean of Students at Noble Elementary School here in Hamburg. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity to come out and have a conversation with you about how we can bring family, communities, and schools together. Because at Noble and at my house, we truly believe that it takes a village to raise a child. I know this is a super busy time for you guys, especially with the world famous Armadillo Festival coming up, so I'm going to try my best to just be quick about things and respect your schedule. And I thought, when I was planning this, what am I going to talk to you about? How am I going to present this? And then I said, why not let me just present some things that we already do, and to try that, and then get some ideas from you guys how we could potentially do better at that, and invite you guys to some more things. So every year Noble has to do two large parental involvement events. We do one in the fall and we do another in the spring. The one that we did this fall is the one that I'm going to talk to you about. And that was Cookies with Santa. We held that on December 3rd in the Albritton Gym, and that event was kind of collaborated between Noble and Albritton, and we just wanted to have a fun night of learning for the kids, that the parents were welcomed and the community was welcomed, and they could kind of just get some ideas of fun activities that they could do together and still have learning going on with the kids. That was planned by our parental involvement coordinators and staff members at our school. We wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of this event, so we advertised in every way we could possibly think of. We had this little flyer, and that's an actual picture of the flyer that we sent home to every kiddo in their backpack, to make sure that everybody had it, because we know some people don't always have access to Parent Square, which has been great for most parents, and then we also advertise through our reliable Facebook. So that was what that was. Every time we have any event like this, behind any of that, we always want to make sure that we're bringing attention to student learning and making sure that that learning is supported. So events like this that we had help to strengthen the school and home connection. And we all know that when parents are involved, research supports that kids are going to be more successful. And so that was our whole purpose in doing this. We really tried to focus on literacy and math with some of the events that we had at this night. So some of the highlights from this event, we had 10 stations set up around the gym, and they did all sorts of things, like making reindeer food, where they had to actually measure out the ingredients to make the reindeer food. That middle picture is what they're doing there. And teachers had those little green notes that gave them, instructions on sprinkle it in your yard where the reindeer can come and eat the food that night. The 5th grade teachers made ribbons with the kids, ornaments. They measured the kids' heights and cut out ribbons that were that height, and they put them down in those little clear ornaments, and they let them put stickers and some little snowflakes and stuff inside. And it was a keepsake that the parents could have, especially like kindergartners. Oh, you're this tall in kindergarten. So that was neat. And the parents really enjoyed that one about as much as the kids did, because it was something that they got to keep. We had literacy stations where students had opportunities to write letters to Santa. They had opportunities to write letters to the nursing home members. Just anything like that they wanted to do. Of course, we had pictures with Santa. Hot chocolate, where they had to do some ingredient measuring and things in there. karaoke to support the arts. Miss Adkins had a karaoke station set up in the music room, and they got to sing and have fun to bring in those arts sides. And then they had some craft stations for the visual arts as well. So it was a lot of fun. We had over 150 students attend, and about 150, I would say more than 150 parents, because a lot of the kids had both mom and dad there, and maybe just one of them would sign in for the family. So that's about a 10% increase from what we had last year. So we were super excited about the success of that event. Those two ladies in the top left are our parental involvement coordinators, Anna Henderson and Rochelle Adkins. They were amazing at planning this event. They were great to work with, and just really took it and ran with it. And so I'm very much appreciative of them. And then we just have some more fun pictures. The teachers were phenomenal. They volunteered their time. They came up after hours and ran the stations and helped the kids and parents. We even had some high school students that volunteered their time to help sign people in and, you know, run those tables. And it just kind of became a whole Hamburg School District event, so to speak, rather than just Noble Auburn. But so what we heard from kiddos and parents, and what we think we learned, and what we think that the students learned as a result of that. We always want to improve, so we always want to make sure we get some information back from those. Our feedback was positive. Our parents said they had so much fun. One of them said they loved seeing their child excited about reading, and so that made us excited about it, because we know how important reading is, and so if events like this can encourage that, then we certainly want to continue those. A student said, I loved making the reindeer food, and I want to write a letter to Santa again. So again, literacy and math, they're loving it, they're learning it, it's fun and exciting. Hands-on, we know that research has also showed that hands-on activities like these help to create a better impact on those students. Something we didn't do that we thought that maybe we should kind of look at doing next year would be to collect a post survey, maybe from the parents. You know, how was this for you? Is there some other need that you needed that we might could help you meet next year, and plan ahead that way? So how can you join us? Well, we know that events like these work best with community support. In the future, we would love for you to volunteer at a station maybe. You're welcome to come and read to a class anytime. We have organizations and groups that come and volunteer to open car doors in the morning. I do car duty every morning. Is my absolute favorite thing, to greet those kiddos first thing in the morning and see their smiling faces and just make a connection with them somewhat outside of school, and make, you know, if I can tell them have a great day and it truly does make their day better, then that's a win. I know that many of you have your professional talents, and coming up in May, we're going to have a career day. We would love to host you at that career day and have you part of our informative information for kiddos that we're going to present there. And then we always have our Partners in Education organization, which is a huge support to our school. And I'm going to, sorry about that, talk a little bit about them. The president of that organization is Amanda Murdahl, and below are the other people involved in that hold offices. Each year, PI funds educational field trips for all grade levels, kindergarten through 5th grade. They pay for a field trip for each grade, which is amazing. during parent teacher appreciation week, they are the ones that organize the meals to feed the teachers at lunch, and that's very appreciative from the teachers, I can assure you. They do all this by selling snacks at fall festivals and at fun days, and they have a yearly fundraiser that they host as well to help us. They meet twice a year, and they too advertise with flyers through the school and through our Facebook organization, and they also are at every parent-teacher conference and every open house. I definitely would love to see some more involvement in our Partners in Education group, because unfortunately, I know COVID has been the thorn in everybody's side, and it's 5 years and we keep bringing it up, but our Partners in Education really took a hit with COVID when that happened, and so it needs a little revival, it needs a little support, but that's our mission, that's our goal. We're going to change that, and that's why I'm here, to figure out something we can do together. So I would love to hear any ideas that you guys may have about how we might achieve that goal.
I mean, as a parent, I feel invited in to the school right now, so I'm trying to think of other ways you can try to get parents in there.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
That you do feel welcome, because like I said, COVID really changed that feeling for a lot of parents and community members, I think, and like I said, we want to get that back to how it was before all of that. Is there anything that we could do to help you guys out, to get us, I don't know, involved in some of your things?
I think it would be fun if some of us maybe started helping with some of the stations at the parental engagement nights, maybe, or
Right.
during Read Across America, we can come in and help read to classrooms.
Yeah, that's a great.
Maybe that's something that we could start doing.
We do
Absolutely.
paint the town purple, and we do have Auburn students that are involved in that, but maybe there are ways that we could include other students who don't do Pee Wee cheer, you
Right.
know, or
Right.
Pee Wee football.
Right, I know our Noble kiddos really get excited about the parades and things like that, because that's something that they look up to the high school kids
Yeah.
and the older kids, so I know that's
Like
something
Purple
that-
Cow.
Yeah, they love
That's
it.
so much fun.
It's the
It'd be
best.
good if we could do something for Armadillo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be,
That's
like,
true.
that's our main
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
And we do.
Pre-K comes up during the day on maybe Thursday or Wednesday and visits, but maybe we could do.
And we
Let
do.
ride rides.
I think they
Kenneth
used,
has let them on the rides.
yeah,
And then we do the back to school rocks during the summer.
Yes.
So maybe if, we reach out to y'all, whoever manages the Facebook page, y'all can help share those clues.
Sure.
Because we hide the rocks and the kids who find them gets a backpack full of school supplies.
Yes.
So that could be a way too.
I'm trying to think of ways to help their PTA. but-
It was hard when I was there, how many years ago?
Yeah. Have they ever considered setting up a booth at the festival?
They haven't, but that's a good idea.
A lot
Or
of
even maybe at the
nonprofits do.
farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
That may be a way to get some people interested, or at least knowing about it. That's my thing. I don't know, do they actually truly know? And so that's kind of my goal. Let's figure out how we can,
Exposure.
how we can get it to the community. So I
Could we
think those are
partner?
some great.
With East, maybe letting them come down and record maybe Amanda and some of the others about
Yeah.
what pie is,
Right.
and do like a quick little 30-second video on how parents can get involved, and y'all might could run it on loop on open house at the beginning of the year.
That's a great idea.
And the more helpers, it's not as demanding on
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same
Right.
people
Split the
probably
work,
doing
yeah.
everything.
They are. So All right. Well, I want to say thank you again for taking your time to listen to us and try to help me figure out what we can do to build a stronger, supportive community for all our students. Because I know some of you have kiddos that are coming up or are currently there. Together, we're going to be that village that raises those successful kiddos. Thank y'all very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.